We're undergoing a soft coup, and the idea is to create a whole new set of laws and ignore the existing human rights laws and other laws under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda. The WHO is developing through all its nations, but with the WHO Directorate and the United States in charge, a pandemic treaty and amendments to the existing international health regulations that will remove the human rights protections currently embedded in the IHRs, will enforce surveillance, censorship, get rid of freedom of speech, require governments to censor and only push a single narrative. Also, we will be subject, if they can make this work, to vaccines developed in 100 days, which the organization CEPI is planning to do. And one of the people who founded CEPI was Jeremy Farrar, who is now the chief scientist at the WHO, to bring this forward. Other things that amendments do is to bind the states so they're no longer recommendations but enforceable edicts, provide a liability shield, get rid of intellectual property rights, move supplies from one country to another, enforce digital passports, and the Director General of WHO can demand that a pandemic or a potential pandemic exists. He can just declare it with no standards, and then countries around the world will have to obey. Also, the WHO will tell you what drugs you can and can't use in your nation once a pandemic is declared. Obviously, the budget will increase. One Health is another part of this. One Health is a concept that was created to enable the WHO, with these documents, to take over jurisdiction of everything in the world by saying that climate change, animals, plants, water systems, ecosystems are all central to health. Also embedded in this concept is a peculiar notion that humans are no longer of greater value than animals.
Hello, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutations to you brothers in the highways and hedges. Salutations also goes out to you brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn. I'm the brother Malak from the Diligent Soldier Camp here in Boston, Mass. As always, I pray this lesson be edifying to the elect. Okay, I don't have a particular name for this one. I've been thinking about doing this video for the past few days because the clip that you just saw is about maybe about almost a week old. Not too old, but I just haven't had a chance to speak on it. It was just one of those videos I saw on Instagram. I recorded it, screen recorded it and just had it there on the, for arsenal, you know what I mean? Or ammo, however you would say that phrase. But anywho, Lord's will, he'll inspire me to name it something appropriate, But yeah, man, let's get to it. As you can hear, as you can see, as you can understand, these devils are speeding up, man, as fast as they could go, man, without being too sloppy, right? But we know what this man is up to, man, what Esau's up to. We know what he's trying to achieve, right? Because this man is basically trying to forge his birthright back, man. That's all this is leading up to, man. One world government, where the elites on the very top, instructed by Satan, would be ruling the rest of the earth, man. The whole planet, which we know that will never happen. Okay, and though they think they'll be right under Satan running things, we know, that that's not the case, man. And I'll dare even say that Satan knows that he won't be running the world through them like that. You know what I mean? His time to run and influence these Edomites and the rest of the heathens, including 2/3 of our own people, that's already been going on, man. All right, that's already been in play for a few thousand years now, man. But the Lord's ready to come. He's almost ready to come back. Actually, he is ready, just waiting for his father Yahweh, right? Abba Yahweh to give him that green light, man, so he could come through and slay all these niggas, man. Because these devils got to be put down, I mean, you hear them talking about basically controlling everything from private to socially, public, everything, man. Financially, they got all their cards lined up, man, and they ready to play that hand. The doors of mercy, man, are if not closed already, man, pretty damn near close to it, man. You Jake's gotta wake up, man. Wake the fuck up, man, because I mean, here it is. This lady is airing them out, man, which that's a prophecy in itself, and Lord's will get that, of their tongues falling upon themselves, man. They telling on their own, on themselves, man. But this is a devil that was designed to do himself dirty too, as it says on in the book of Sirach. He who does evil to himself, to who shall he do good to, man? To nobody. This man don't give a shit about his own people, man. Okay? Because his own people are going to be hipped up. His own people are going to be getting that charagma, man, and worshiping the beast. Okay? They're going to be falling a line in suit. All right? And if any of them try to buck up, they'll get eliminated. All right? So let's get a few scriptures. First I want to get is the one I just mentioned about this man selling what he's trying to establish, which is his birthright, man. Okay? Let me get that real quick. Bear with me. Because this man ain't shit, man. He looked at his birthright as nothing, basically, man. Okay? Let me just read it. Let me see. The book of Hebrews, let's get real quick. Book of Hebrews chapter 12. Let's start at 16. Let's just go straight to the point, man, because this is what this devil did, man. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. So Esau is a fornicator and a profane person, okay? It says, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For one piece, all right? A morsel is just a little piece, man. Let me see if I could get the definition of morsel right quick. Just a quick look up, right? For edification purposes, edification's sake, look up. Morsel, a small piece or amount of food, a mouthful. Okay, this man, for a mouthful of some food, man, sold his birthright, man, to our forefather Jacob, man. Okay, Jacob supplanted him for it, man. Knew he wasn't shit, and he would fall for it, man. And that's exactly what happened, man. And then you can't sit there and be upset with Jacob, man, or because we say we are owners, or we're inheriting that birthright, because this is how the Lord wanted the whole thing to play out. Okay, the Lord designed one vessel for destruction and the other one for righteousness, man. Okay, and if you have some type of problem with what how Jacob supplanted his brother, then you have no understanding, man. You have zero understanding, and furthermore, you have an issue with Yahweh, man. Okay, you have an issue with the Lord, because the Lord set that whole thing up, man. Okay, he set that whole thing up, and this devil just, fell right into it, because that he had no integrity, man. He's a profane man. The scripture says who was made crooked. He who was made crooked, no one could straighten. I think it is. I don't want to butcher it. Let me see. Let me get it real quick. Let me see if I got it. I had to. Okay, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 15. It says, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. All right? Esau is a crooked man, yo. Esau's a profane, and that's what makes him crooked, being profane. Okay? And what was the other word? Profane and a fornicator, man. That makes you totally crooked. All right? And that's how the Lord designed this, man. It's like you as a computer or a programmer, right? For computers, you make a program, you built this program, and you designed it and have it working in a certain way. Well, nobody could change that, man. Nobody could change the code to that unless it was open source, right? Open code, I think they call it, and people could add into it and change it up. But this nigga Esau is a closed source, man. All right, nobody could go in and reprogram him and make him better, man. Nobody. Okay, the Lord designed this man like that, and it was all for a purpose, the Lord's purpose. Okay, and we just gotta accept that. Hey, it was the Lord's purpose or will for Israel to go off and be penalized for it, man, punished for it. We went into slavery, and that was of the Lord. Okay, so this devil also has to accept his fate, whether he likes it or not. And you people out there that, you know, you so-called Christians, you so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that don't like that, too bad, man. That's how the cookie crumbled, man. All right. So Ecclesiastes 1:15 from the top, that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. Okay. So this man is what it is, man. This man is what the Lord created him to be. Okay. And that's it, you know, and that's it. But, you know, back to the main topic, man, what these people are attempting to do, you know, as the lady said in the beginning, is a soft coup, because they're you know, the scriptures tell you that Esau, or that the serpent, right, who goes back to Esau, man, is more subtle than any other creature on earth, man. Okay, they take their time. They work in gradualism, man, little by little, baby steps, if you may. Okay, and that's how you achieve things, man. You know, you got to crawl before you walk, right? You got to take your time before you do something, or move on to another level where you could move faster and be responsible for other greater things to do, right? Well, in this case, Esau, the devil that the Bible speaks of, you so-called white people, they're very subtle, man. They're very subtle, especially these Amalekites, being the head tribe of the Edomites, man. They're very subtle. This is why they take on every identity on earth except for their own. Okay, and they've been doing that. The only way that they could have achieved that was by being subtle, man. Okay, so the book of Proverbs 14 and 15, it says, "The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going." So the simple is going to believe everything that these people are subtly doing. If I could say that word that way, but you know what I mean, man. Okay, the simple is going to hold their ears up, right? Basically to listen and to you know, hear these people out and believe what these people are doing. Not the video that I just put, but the plans that she was mentioning, man. Okay, the simple is going to take on whatever the WHO's saying, the WHO is saying. They're gonna go with it. Whatever the Biden is telling people to do, the simple is gonna just do it. They're not gonna just stand there and critically think for themselves to see if this is actually the truth, to see if this is actually good for them in the long run. They're not, man. Here it is. This man can do nothing wrong in front of these Babylonians, man. All right, and 2/3 of our own people are Babylonians themselves, right? They are of their father, the devil. You know what I'm saying? Who was a murderer and everything, man. And these people are the same way. They can't wait to get at the men of the Lord in the highways and byways. They can't wait to try to off these people, get them out of there, because they don't want to be held accountable as they understand, at least, that the scriptures do hold you accountable, but they don't want to take that accountability. They rather listen to Christians tell a half a truth, which is a lie, right? And have no accountability. This is why these 2/3 of our people want to continue in their wickedness, man. You know, it's in them. They don't want the light. They want darkness, man, because they love doing evil deeds, man, as the scriptures say. They love being fornicators. They not fornicators, adulterers, also fornicators too, man. You know, 2/3 of our people are into that, man. And what is it? Worshiping these other false idols, man, made by other men, created, molded by other men, worshiping them, praying to them, kneeling to them. You know, Ephraim, Simeon, they love that crazy shit, all that brujeria and the voodoo and the witchcraft, man. Basically, all that is witchcraft. You know, our people love that shit. Judah over here doing the same, to a certain, certain degree, but with JC, praying to JC, man, which is a false god. You know, but the simple believe everything, man. The simple's gonna believe what these people are telling them to do. You know, when it comes time to get sea-hipped, our people are going to be the first one in line, because they're going to make it, the devil in his subtlety is going to make it seem like blacks and Hispanics and Latinos and Native Americans, y'all the first one that needs this, because we have to go to the minorities first, to where the poverty is. Right, and our people having them itchy ears, man, are gonna grasp onto that, man, and they're gonna hold that tight and go with the shits, man. They're gonna be with it. They're gonna be with the shit, you know. And that's just how our people is, man. That's why they got to get put down. But anyways, back to Proverbs 14:15. The simple believe every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Us being prudent, meaning we have understanding of the scriptures, of the prophecies to come, of how Satan is, Esau is going to be a subtle serpent, snake, right? We're going to see these things, and we're not going to be ignorant, man, to none of those, none of his wickedness, none of his witchcraft that he's trying to throw to our people. With that being said, this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, because he doesn't have an advantage of the 1/3, the hopeful elect. For we are not ignorant of his devices. But you know who does? You know who is ignorant to his devices? You know who he has an advantage over? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You 2/3 so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay, because the hopeful elect don't go by those names, man, those bywords. All right, as it says in the book of Deuteronomy 28. You know, those names, those words were gonna be bywords, man, put on us, which was gonna be a sign of who we really are. Because here it is, everybody is of a nation, but then you got the Dominican nation. But if you go back to the 1300s, the Dominican nation wasn't around. The Dominicanites, the Puerto Ricanites, they weren't around, but the Elamites were. The Edomites were, the Moabites and the Ammonites were. These people were, these other nations, these other 17 nations were always around, right? But the devil, being subtle and teaching our people all this false information, has made our people believe these things, man. So our people are stuck in these ways, man. Okay, our people are stuck in these ways, and they'll believe it to their dying breath, man. Okay, so let's. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We know that these devils are planning are putting all these things together. We've been hearing about this from the apostles for the past 38 years, man. Okay, I myself started listening to the truth around the winter of 2016 or 2017, around there. One of those two winters. I think it was 2016. Okay, and But you have men that know about this since the 80s, man, and never took heed. They never took heed, man. Perfect example is that brother, what's his name? Sweet Love, Brother Sweetness, whatever his name is. Some Jay, some bald-headed, smooth-faced Jake that goes up to the Boston camp, you know, and is always trying to debate these brothers. And he think after a week of thinking of a good question, he think he could go and stump these brothers with that question, but he can't, man. Starting with the elders, man, those men are seasoned into this, man, because they've been learning the truth from. They know who they learned this truth from, and they hold it fast, man. They hold it tight, okay. And if you brothers want to check that out, that's GMS Boston camp, okay. The GMS Boston brothers. That was this past Sunday, man. It was a very good, and I think it was before camp edification lesson. You know, they just started recording once. You know, Brother Love. Yeah, whatever that man's name is, Sweet Love, I forget. But Salakia, I just got a call out the blue and it stopped the recording. But anyways, yeah, it was a really good edifying lesson, man. So definitely check those brothers out, man. GMS Boston. Okay, I think it's GMS Boston on the streets, if I'm not mistaken, with Eldar Dama and Eldar Mas. Definitely check them out. Subscribe, be edified, man. You know, yeah. So I was saying, you know, let Satan should get an advantage of us for we are not ignorant of his devices, man. You know, Brother Love and those Christians, they're caught up in these devices, man. You know, being, you know, devices meaning plans and let me see. Let me do a quick look up for device. A plan, method, or trick with a particular aim. Okay, let me see. A plan, method, or trick with a particular aim. Right, a turn of a phrase intended to produce a particular effect in speech or in literally work. A literary work, Salakia, or a drawing or design. Well, it's a method, a plan. A trick, man. You know, this devil, all he has is jinns and tricks, man, and traps, man. Okay, and our people are caught up in those things. So here it is. You listen. You go back to this clip. You listen to her a couple times. You know, just rewind it and listen to her, because it's a lot of things that she mentions in those 2 minutes, but it's all working one with another, man. With the aim or the grand finale of all of it, right? It being that the global dominance that these people been craving for so long, man. That Esau has been craving for so long, man. Because he wants that. He knows, he knows these prophecies, and not all of them, but he knows these main ones, man. And they fear, because the scripture tells you the devil also believes and fears. Okay, they fear. If you don't think that these devils fear that these men are out there in the highways and byways constantly, every day around the world, especially teaching this truth, right? Teaching this gospel. If you don't believe that they fear, then you need to pray on that, man, because these people definitely know what's going on. Okay, and I'll end it off with this last scripture, and this is one of the prophecies that they know about, man. But us in the know. Right, us in this walk of ours, this truth of ours, as the brother, as the elder apostle Gabar always says, you know, we know this scripture to be true, and we can see it happening right now, man. Okay, because the Lord has shortened the times. We know times is going faster, man. Okay, they know it. That's why they always have that time clock, right? Which really doesn't tell them everything, but they have the time clock. And they also know things are moving in a faster pace, man. Okay, because the Lord designed it that way. The Lord made it that way, man. All right, well, so I'll leave you with this last scripture. It's Revelations 12:12. Okay, this should always be coming out, because everything goes back to these scriptures, man. Especially this one right here. It says Revelations 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil Esau is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time." These devils know that they're running out of time. They have to make this pop off now, but the Lord got the trick bag on them, man. He got a monkey wrench in their plans, man. All right, the Lord done screw all their plans up, and they don't even know it yet, man. Because by the time these devils think that they got everything on smash, on lock, right? Lockdown, as they been saying for the past few years, the Lord is gonna slap the taste out their mouth, man. Slap fire, literal fire out their mouth, man. Okay, and he's gonna stop them dead in their tracks, man. They might get a little whiff of that new world order, right? A little whiff of the global dominance, man. But they're not gonna have the full taste of it, man. They're not gonna have the full taste of it, man. Okay, and the scriptures tell you that these people go into the holes of the rocks, man, and even tell the mountains or rocks to fall on them, man, because they rather the rocks fall on them and seal them in there for and they die of starvation and no oxygen than to face the Lord, man. All right, scriptures tell you that, you know, when oh man, I forget exactly how it look. I don't want to butcher it, but basically, when the Lord come, comes and he looks, everyone that looks at him when he stares back at them, right? Fear. And people gonna be dropping dead when they see Yahweh Shai, man. So the Lord got a few people reserved just for that, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be great. It's gonna be beautiful because it's the end of this devil's life, man. This devil's eon, this devil's era, man, and the beginning of ours, man. The beginning of Jacob's. We should all be looking forward to it, to that time, man. When we're hearing these things that are being aired out by these Edomites, the tongue falling upon them, and these plans coming out of them, we should be rejoicing on that, man, and hoping that it does finally happen, man, because hey, the faster this devil do whatever he's doing and makes his move, the faster Yahweh Shai will get that green light and will get us the hell up out of here, man, and we'll go home, man. All right, so I pray that this lesson was edifying, okay, and that you brothers understood what the point I was trying to make, which is to wise up and look at the works, man. Look at Esau moving, and the Lord making him move, and the Lord also making their tongues fall upon them, man, by other Edomites coming out and airing them out, basically, man. Because all those people in that video, they weren't with it, man. Especially that lady that was talking about it, you know. I mean, we don't know if she's a Jake or not, but a lot of Edomites, not Edomites, not white covered Jakes, but a lot of real Edomites are not with the shits neither, you know. But the Lord put it on their spirit to come out with this information, man. Okay, so I pray that this was edifying, and I want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash, for putting the spirit on me to bring this lesson out. I want to give double honors to our apostles, our beloved apostles that have been teaching out here for 30 plus years, okay, ruling well, you know, worthy of double honors. Want to give them the double honors. Salutations, man, to you brothers in the highways and hedges, pushing this truth and sincerity. Okay, salutations also goes out to you sincere brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn to all these lessons going out around the world, man. We almost out of here, man. We almost home, man. We almost on our way home, man. So pray for those days, man. Pray for yourself. Pray for each other. Okay, that the Lord have mercy on us, and that we're counted in among that number, man. All right. And with that, I want to say shalom.